Okay, welcome back to Think Tech on a given Monday. We have a special event this afternoon. We're making a movie about crepes in Hawaii, and we have holy crepes in Hawaii this afternoon. Okay, with Mehdi Mdouari and Crystal Mdouari, his wife, and they run a truck called Petit Suisse Crepes.
Yeah.
And that's because when Mehdi was small,
No.
he had
No.
a nickname, and he was called Petit Suisse,
Little Swiss.
Little Swiss, because he came from Switzerland. Okay. So you guys, welcome to Think Tech here on a given Monday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I just wanted to ask you to tell me about your business, tell me about the truck and how it got started and where it is and what it is. Just give me just a general overview of your crepes truck.
All right. Yep.
All right. You start.
All right. Well, basically, we started it when we moved to Hawaii. We've been here for a little over 3 years. Mehdi, actually, when he lived in Los Angeles, was working with a French chef, and that's when he learned how to make the crepes.
Yeah, it was working at a farmer's market, and I remember that for 5 years, every single Sunday, I was there making crepes no matter what. And, well, I knew everything about the business, so when we moved here, we decided to start something new.
Yeah.
And from a small project, now we've been growing, so
Yeah.
we're really happy.
And it works for you. I mean, this is a truck that's a business. It keeps you both employed, and it pays your bills. It's successful, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is. It started off really slow and really small, but we've gotten it down. We have a few employees. We can go to separate places at the same time, and we do a lot of the events. So we not only do local farmers markets, but we also do the Eat the Street or Honolulu Night Market. But we also do a lot of catering. So
Catering.
yeah,
Yeah.
So tell me about that. You come to my house and make crepes?
yeah.
Oh.
Basically, we
a-
need a space as small as 5 by 5,
Mhm.
or if it's outside, we need a 10 by 10, so we can have our tent there. And then we will bring all of our setup. We set it up, and then all your guests can enjoy the crepes.
Yep.
What a great party.
Yeah, it's
You
a lot
must
of
be very
fun.
popular.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
So I suppose you measure the size of a crepes business by how many griddles you have, because that will determine how many crepes you can make at the same time. How many griddles do you have?
Well, in total, we have 6 of them. So 2 at least on each market. But you measure it on how fast is the cook.
He's a little faster than me. But there are some big events that we will bring quite a few burners. Like, for example, the New Year's Eve event, that'll be our biggest blowout. We'll have a lot of burners going. But little things we'll just set up too. So it just depends on what we're expecting as far as the turnover of those crepes.
Oh, New Year's Eve event? Is that on New Year's Eve this year?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, talk about it. Let me know.
Okay.
It would be at the Kaka'ako waterfront,
Uh-huh.
and it's one of the biggest events on the island. And it's also organized by the people from the Eat the Street, Street Grinds team.
Street Grind. Pony ask you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Poniascu and Brandon.
Yes.
And well, there will be about 3 radio stations, live music, stage,
Fireworks.
fireworks. Last year they had also a Ferris wheel.
I think they're having that again this year.
Maybe, yeah, about 40 food trucks.
Tons of stuff going on.
Whoa.
So it's the event of the year.
So where are you going to be parked at night? I don't know the location. This is on Makai in Kaka'ako.
Yeah, there is also a huge parking lot right before the waterfront,
Yeah,
which nobody ever parks there.
yeah. Oh, this is going to be something, huh?
Yeah.
So
You've done this before.
We did
Yes.
it last year.
Okay. Big crowds.
Yeah.
huge.
It was
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, yeah.
And it will be from about 6 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Well, if I wanted to make a crepes truck, I don't know anything about crepes, I couldn't get in. You have to have a certain quality and experience, right? You have to prove yourself to be included in Eater Street or in a New Year's festival, right?
Yes, they.
Yeah, you have to. Well, you have to have something different because they don't want to have the same food. And yeah, I think that you definitely have to have some sort of quality or some experience.
So are your crepes excellent?
Are they excellent? Yes.
They're super excellent.
What makes them excellent?
All of our ingredients are fresh, and I think that's something that's very important. We use all of our own recipes, which we took quite a while to master them, to get them down. Especially the batter. The crepe batter is the one and only, it has to be the best.
Why don't you tell us the recipe right now?
Oh, okay. That's never gonna happen. But yeah, it took us a while. We got it down. It's perfect. It's light. It's delicious. Yeah.
And in January, we're gonna be featuring the buckwheat flour.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which
is that just for the savory crepes?
Just for the savory, or for the people that they are allergic to gluten.
Ah, sure.
Yeah, we get a lot of requests for it actually, so we're gonna go ahead and launch that.
It was supposed to start in December, but as you can see,
This is a running injury. You want to tell people how you got injured?
well, I was running, I tripped, I fell down, and I broke my wrist. So.
That's going to affect your crepe making.
Oh no, I'm gonna come back stronger.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, all right. So now they say that it's in the consistency of the batter. It has to be pretty thin, and then you have to make the right moves with that rake.
Yes.
And you
The
have to very
spreader.
quickly have 1 minute to do it, right? Tell me, how does that work?
I don't know if it's
You
an actual timing thing, but you do have to be quick and you have to be light and you have to have the rhythm, to make it a perfect circle every single time without it going over the edge or getting holy. And then you got to be able to flip it too, which that also takes a little bit of practice because it's easy to rip it. It's very thin, so it's kind of an art.
How big is the griddle? What's the diameter?
It's about 15 inches
15 inches.
diameter.
And so you have to pour a certain amount of batter
Yes.
in the center of the griddle. And how do you measure that? Do you
Our
have a little measuring
scoops are
cup or something?
pre-measured.
Yeah, you have
we have
the
a
little-
pre-measured scoop.
Yeah. And then you have to spread it around, as you said, Mehdi, so it doesn't leak over the side of the griddle.
Right.
Well, a lot of people, they let it leak because, as they see in France or Paris, they just go so quickly and they go all leaking all around and all the table. But when you come to America, the people, you have to create an image, and leaking and being messy, it's not a good image.
Okay.
So for us, it's good to be a little bit slower, but have a good
Perfect.
image, always clean and perfect.
Yeah, okay. So, and what kind of oil do you use under the crepe when before you pour it, so it doesn't stick to the griddle?
Oh, we don't use any oil before. We just use PAM at the beginning when we start.
Okay.
So when they get hot, then the oil is just absorbing inside the griddle.
Yeah.
Then after that, we just have to wipe after we make a few crepes.
Okay, makes it
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
So how fast can you produce a crepe? I mean, how long does it take, to cook one side, turn it over, cook the other side? What's the timing on that?
Well, it's actually really fast. If the burners are at the perfect temperature, by the time you're done spreading it, you grab your spatula, you flip it, and it's perfect.
So it requires constant attention, huh?
Yes, it does.
You can't turn away because then you lose the timing.
Yeah, you
Then
got to
it
be ready
burns.
to go.
Yeah. Okay, so then you flip it, and now it's on the griddle, but you want to put the filling in. You take it off the griddle before you put the filling in?
No.
No.
You put the filling in while it's on the griddle.
Yeah.
So again, you only have a few seconds to work.
Yep.
Well, you have a little more because the savory ones, they require to be cooked a little bit longer, so all the ingredients are actually cooked,
Okay.
and nobody has raw ingredients. Also, when we work with meat or eggs, those are ingredients they need to be fully cooked.
Before.
No.
They need to be fully cooked.
Fully cooked on the griddle.
Yeah.
on
Inside the
top,
crepe.
Inside
Yeah.
the crepe.
Yeah.
But it is just a few seconds to fill it, and then we fold it, and then you can transfer it to a different burner, start making your next crepe, and in the meantime, you're pretty much just flipping this one every few seconds until it's cooked all the way through. And then when this one's ready, that one's gone, this one goes here, back to this side. So it's just
Okay,
a cycle.
I know I could not do this.
But we never take it off the griddle and fill it up off the heat. It always stays on the heat.
And the griddles are all the same temperature, or do you have one hotter than the other?
Yeah.
The first one is usually hotter so that you can get it, hurry up, get it done, get it cooking so you can start the second one. But it's not that much of a temperature difference.
And both of you guys do it. Do you do it at the same time, or just one is in charge at any given time?
Oh no, when we are busy, we are both cooking on 2 different griddles.
Yeah.
And
A family that cooks crepes together stays together.
yeah. Well, actually, it's really nice when we cook together. It's
Yeah, it's
we are
fun.
very synchronized. We don't cross our paths because we don't have a lot of room around us. But
We've got it
nice.
down.
yeah,
That's great.
Yeah.
You have fun?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
You don't get into little proximity arguments or anything?
No,
You're
not over the crepes.
not over the crepes.
no, not over that.
Okay, so what kind of filling do you like? I mean, let's talk about the savory first. What kind of filling do you put in there?
Well,
My favorite one is a grape that we have called the Greek. It has spinach, cherry tomatoes, black olives, feta cheese, which I love, and basil oil, which we make. It's a homemade basil oil sauce.
You're making me hungry.
It's delicious.
my favorite is the caprese, which is with cherry tomatoes, mozzarella, spinach, and basil oil.
This is more of an Italian kind of crepe.
Yeah, but I don't like very strong cheeses, so
Okay, well, maybe you'll get used to it later.
maybe.
Crystal will influence you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are these popular now among your customers?
Yes.
You have a variety of crepes, I expect. How many crepes are on your menu?
Well, we used to have a lot of crepes on our menu, too many, and then we narrowed it down to our best sellers. So all of our menus have 7 crepes on them.
Perfect.
We have a few sweet and a few savory, yeah, and they're all delicious.
Yes, I'm
So.
sure. And you're making me hungry. So who are your customers? Who come around? Who are the ones that, you see them come around again and again? Who are they?
It all depends on what market.
Well, tell
But
me about
we
your
have-
markets.
Yeah.
What markets do you go to?
Well, we have the Wednesday at
At the
Blaisdell. And then on Thursday night, we do Waimea Valley. I go to Waimea Valley, and then she goes to Kailua. And then on
Separately.
Yeah,
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 You have 2 trucks.
yeah.
apparently
We have 2 different
Thursday
setups,
is the day of the market. So,
Uh-huh.
and then we have Saturday at KCC, and then Sunday at Kailua again, but it's in a different location.
Oh, this is a real industry, all these
Yeah.
possibilities.
Yeah.
And are other people making the same circuit, or is your circuit different than the rest of the circuits?
Well, as far as like other food vendors or other crepe vendors,
Both?
there's never 2 of the same food. So all the ones that we go to, we are the only crepe vendors.
Is that the way it's intended to be?
Yeah.
I think that they do kind of have some guidelines like that just to kind of make it fair and less of like a competitive situation. But there's tons of food vendors at all of them. There's a huge variety of food everywhere you go. So, but yeah, we have a different type of clientele at all of the markets. We have little kids that are regular customers that we see every single week without fail. We have old ladies that come. He has a couple that comes and sees him at Waimea Valley no matter what, every week. And then everyone in between, There's a
Yeah.
lot of regulars and a lot of new people, constantly tourists and people coming through.
It's expanding.
Yeah, definitely. I think also a lot of people are becoming more and more aware of the different events and markets and stuff that go on, and so it's always getting busier.
That's great. So this is turning out to be, more than you expected when you started out.
Yes.
Yeah, our expectations weren't that high. We were very small when we first started, so but it's grown into what we really, really like and what we hoped for. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, making people happy, you know, it's good for you to make people happy.
How can you not be happy with a crepe and Nutella?
That's
Yeah.
true. What about the sweet crepes? That's the wrong word. The dessert crepes.
Yeah.
Dessert crepes.
Dessert crepes. What kind of crepes are you making for dessert?
Well, the best seller is the Nutella strawberry and banana.
Yeah, by
That
far.
at the beginning it was called Nutella strawberry and banana, and then after we saw that it was so popular, we called it the dream.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Basically, people they dream about it for a whole week before they come back
They come and find
to
you.
get another
Yeah.
one.
It's
So
true.
then we have the Blimey Lime,
Oh, that one's good.
which is my favorite sweet crepe,
Yeah.
and is apple bananas, brown sugar, and squeezed lime.
Oh, you're making me hungry again.
That one is really good.
So
Then
sorry.
we have also the typical, the classic Grand Marnier.
Yeah, you gotta
Which
have
is-
that one.
We had an addition which is with the fresh strawberries, gives it a rich taste, and it's brown sugar and Grand Marnier. And if you don't like the taste of alcohol, we flambe the Grand Marnier. So it's also a nice show at night.
Oh, sure. The burning flambe.
Yeah,
That's
It's fun.
perfect.
Yeah.
That's so classy. It's like a classy French restaurant. You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of beverage do you like? What do you suggest with the crepes?
Sometimes we used to do it always, but sometimes we'll make a lemonade actually, which goes really well with the sweet or savory crepe. Mehdi has created quite a few recipes for some nice lemonades, like what? Like
Ginger and basil lemonade. Then I like to mix herbs and fruits together. And then there is also the raspberry rosemary
oh, that one is so good.
lemonade. Yeah, those
That's
two
great
are
to
the
have
most
multiple
popular.
lemonades. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I come and buy, well, first, do people have both the savory and the sweet in the same meal?
Yeah.
And do they have multiple savories and multiple sweets in the same meal?
Well, they're pretty big, so usually they don't have multiple, but it's very common to order one sweet and one savory.
In
Yeah.
the same setting, or do you have your savory, and then when you're done with the savory, you go back and you order a sweet as a second possibility? No?
It varies. I think it depends on how long the line is. That kind of sways your decision if you want to order it all right now or if you're going to come back and order your second one.
Okay, but a lot of people do. They take
Yeah.
two of them.
Yeah. Especially when they like the savory one, they really want to try the sweet one, the dessert one.
Yeah, it matches, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's sort of a natural progression. If you have one, you need to have the other.
Right. That's what we say.
And if it's so good, why not?
Why not? And do people ever start with the sweet first and go to the savory second?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just going to say that. There's always the people that want to have dessert first, and so they do it the opposite
It's
way.
very European, I
Yeah.
suppose.
And
So,
why not?
What should I expect to spend if I come, and have a meal with you guys? What's the average crepe cost, both savory and sweet?
The
So
average is
$8.
Yeah.
And it's a size of a meal.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna get 2 crepes, probably $16. You probably wouldn't spend more than $20.
Yeah,
Even
that
if you
sounds
got
great.
all the most expensive crepes, I think it would be $20 or less.
And that takes me to the whole area of what you guys are going to do in the future. I mean, 3 years now? It's worked out well. You found a new thing in Hawaii, a creative experience, a creative couple experience, which is great.
Uh-huh.
And what happens now? You're going to just get bigger? Do you see a restaurant in your future?
We talked about
we
it.
go back
We-
and forth.
Yeah, we talked about it about a year ago. And then once you really break down all the expenses and everything, because the idea is one thing, but then there is the actual project. Once you break it down and everything, it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of time and a lot of money.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a big step. I mean, when you're feeling like you're really successful, that seems like the obvious next step is to have a brick and mortar. But when you break down the finances, it's really hard to actually make that decision. So we don't know. Maybe we'll have a restaurant, or maybe we'll stay like this It's hard to say.
But another way that we also started doing a lot, it would be the catering.
Yeah, we do a lot of catering.
Yes.
That has really changed our business, so that's
We-
kind of a big focus right now.
Yeah.
How does that work, the catering? I'm real interested in that. And I can tell you without even talking to her that my wife is real interested in that.
Well, basically we work out of a commercial kitchen where we do all of our prep and we keep all of our ingredients and everything. So before we go to each location, we go to the commercial kitchen and then we go to the location. The catering is exactly the same as the market, only that we don't have to pay, but we get paid. Because
I
at the
like it.
markets,
Yeah.
we have to pay for a rent fee.
Yeah.
At the catering, we accommodate from 20 all the way to 200 people. We have the equipment, we have the employees, and
And for as far as like how we break it down for the cost of it is, it's broken down per guest. Like, so we do a head count, and then that decides how many hours we need to be there. So it's basically pretty set prices just based on how many people.
So it's a meal cost per capita, per head.
Basic, kind of. It's like an average, yeah.
And so you have employees. Are these regular employees, or do you call them in especially for the catering?
No, we have regular employees. Actually, Mehdi and I do a lot of the catering ourselves. We do occasionally have other people helping us, but our employees mainly go to the markets and the events with us. So because we have separate setups, we're able to cover some ground. So I have a couple of people that go with me. He has a couple of people that usually go with him. And so we utilize them every week. They are regular employees.
Sounds to me. Are you the only guys doing the catering on the crepes?
I
It
don't
sounds like a
know.
wonderful idea, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it works out really well. I'm not exactly sure if
I think
anybody
other
else is doing
great people they
catering.
do it.
I don't know.
But I don't know. About 2 years ago, after a year that we opened the business, we introduced the catering to the people. So then, of course, they were very happy, and then with our reviews that they left us on Yelp or Facebook or the social media, then we got more customers and more customers. So
Yeah.
I don't really know about the others, but I know that we are good at it.
I'll make a prediction. You're going to have a lot of business coming down your way.
Oh,
That sounds wonderful.
Really. I mean, it's just a great idea for a party at home to do
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
And
It's
the
a lot.
average person can't do it. So it's a treat, a thrill, you know, to invite people over to your house and provide a food that you could never otherwise provide them.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think it's a lot of fun for the guests to watch it being made.
Yes.
It's like there's just something about having food laid out or having food prepared as you order it. And it's a lot of people enjoy watching and have a lot of fun. And we get a lot of feedback that it's just a great idea.
Yeah.
So I think that makes it.
We also have one regular customer that every time he comes to town, he hires us for an office
Oh yeah,
catering.
we do a lot of office, not just home.
And
And you can
then
do it in an office, not a problem.
yeah. Then every time he tells us, "Oh, it's much better than the usual donuts or pastries."
Or bagels and cream cheese. you
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Well, so why don't you give me your message that you would like to leave with people, you know, about Petit Suisse Crepes and about your business and what you offer. But, you know, make believe there's a lot of people watching here. Okay, what would you like to say to them about this, about the industry and about your business?
Oh man.
Well, Petit Suisse Crepes is a family business. We are all about making the customer happy, providing a type of food that it's not very common on this island. And
That's healthy.
we can assure you that you're getting the real deal. Just from the customers' reviews, we know that we have a really good product, because we also see the customers coming back. Our fillings are very healthy, and then we also do a lot of specials. Every week we do a special to introduce a certain type of meat. We do with the salmon. So people don't really get tired of having every week the crepe, but they can come back and look forward to what's the next special. It's very fresh. We buy as much local as we can. And I
And
don't
we're
know.
all over the place, so we're easy to find. We have a website, we have email. Yeah, you can find us
So
at a lot
I
of
can
the markets.
find your weekly offering then on
Yeah.
the website. What
Yes.
is the website?
PetitSwissCrepes.com.
Petit, spelled out?
PetitSwissCrepes.com.
Okay, great, fabulous. One last question is, you know, I've taken the position, right or wrong, that we have a crepes revolution going on in Hawaii. And I'd just like to know your thoughts about whether that's true or not. Do we have a crepes revolution going on in Hawaii?
I think we might a little. I could agree with you on one point, because I do feel like since we've started that we have noticed more and more things going on, like different people opening restaurants, or different people starting like a new truck or things. So we have noticed that it's gotten a little bit more popular, I guess I could say.
But we take it as a compliment. That means that we are in the right business. And right now we are also working on building a small carts with a 1 burner,
It's
and
very
it will
cute.
be just for the sweet crepes, quick and easy. And pretty soon it's gonna be around the island, and if
It's going to be
pulled by a
Pulled by a
bicycle,
bicycle.
or a moped. It's about not even 100 pounds.
It's just
So,
a
it
small
would
thing.
be-
It's very cute. So you'll be able to find that popping up around the island soon.
Oh, what a great idea, you know, it's what, any event, any place.
Yeah.
Oh, gee, I wish you well on that one.
Thanks.
It's almost done. I
Yeah.
was almost done with building it till this happened.
Well, I wish you well, you guys.
Thank
I think
you.
Thank
you're doing
you.
a very nice thing, and you're doing it together, and I think it's a wonderful statement of both of you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Aloha.